Good. I feel like there's so much of society that tells us, like, once you found your thing, that's it. You have to be your thing. And I've never really agreed with that. I paint paintings. I would say almost, but literally, the complete opposite as like a hunter. The only thing we have in common is I got a beard, and some hunters have a beard. The box that people put you in, I feel like, is like the biggest lie of our generation, of our civilization. You don't have to be a hunter. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be an accountant that hates guns. I love to hunt. I love to throw my hog blood covered boots on and get out there sometimes, but it doesn't mean that I can't fully embrace the other part of my life as well. The murals are all practice, honestly. There's no rhyme or reason, and I didn't do it so I didn't plan it out to look cool. And there's like a lot of painting underneath that too. There's like a whole Bugs Bunny scene underneath that I painted over. So when I was 13, my mom and dad took me to New York. And I remember after I left New York, I was just like, I couldn't stop thinking about like the grittiness and like all the layers and layers and layers of graffiti artists just graffitiing over each other. That was so like, I don't know why, it just stuck with me. So I came home, started doing it delinquently. There's still a few up around town actually. It's ADD on a canvas. You don't have to make the building in proportion to the horse. And there's not really a tiger's face on a horse's butt, but there is in the painting. The ranch style beans hat was because I was buying ranch style beans. I thought, that looks like the top of the top hat. I'm painting the top hat, so I put it in there. It's a shell of a room. There used to be about 15 guitars on the wall. Like, there was an entire drum set in here, 3 basses, 4 pianos. It's kind of sad. I know it sounds dramatic, but like all my instruments and all my paint, and now I'm like, well, I don't even want to be in this place anymore. I don't know what to do here. Netflix is not that entertaining. If I'm doing nothing, my mind starts buzzing, and then like you start hearing like the water drip, and my dog drinking, and the AC turning on, and like sensory overload. But if I just stay really busy all the time, I don't hear like the water dripping. I'm crazy and my mind's everywhere and I'm thinking of 10,000 different things at once, but at the same time I can choose to like, when I'm at the gun range and it's weird, like things become blurry around you and that one thing gets in focus. That is the same exact feeling I feel, not when I'm looking at a white canvas, because when I'm looking at a white canvas, I have 10,000 ideas. It's when I'm finishing that white canvas. It's that honing and focus of like, right now in this time in history, I can't mess up. You literally click into a flow of you're doing it right now. And having to hit it on the mark. Because if you don't, there's no Control-Alt-Delete. There's no second shot because that hog will take off running and all his friends just took off.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce me.
My parents' reaction whenever I was diagnosed with ADHD was actually hilarious. They both have ADD, and they're like, "Great, he's gonna be a fun person." I'm super happy that my parents were like, "No, he's gonna be him. Just because he doesn't fit what you want him to be doesn't mean we're gonna numb him out to be that." It was more of finally having like an identity, I suppose, because I'm not the athlete. I'm not the mathlete for sure. I'm not a spelling bee champion. Like, I didn't really have a thing, you know?
He literally painted the entire walls. People said, "You're letting him paint his walls?" Like, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. There's paint all over the carpet. I said, we can replace the carpet. We can repaint the walls when we leave. It's fine.
I never really even was like, oh, I'm an art guy. I just would like dip out of history class and say I have to go to the bathroom and go paint.
And we were pleased for him, but in the art class, the art teacher literally gave him his own area, said, just go do what you want.
I started writing the name Found when I was in high school. Stems from my once was lost, but now I'm found. Everybody was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you, that doesn't make sense. That's like me saying like door. I'm like, yeah, but you don't have to get it. I don't really care. And then my first dog, I was like, well, we know what his name's gonna be. Now, that is the most awkward thing because I've lost him a few times. Like all day lost, me running through woods yelling, found! You're like, oh good, you found him. I'm like, no. I got in trouble a lot, but it was for really dumb stuff. You know, your standard high school fare of like TPing. When I got kicked out of school, then I thought like, just beg for forgiveness from my parents. And then my dad said, all right, let's go. And I was like, he goes, yeah, you need to get away.
Let's go hunting. Kind of shape his mind as a man. You know, not that you've got to be married to do that, but I think just to be out in the wilderness, smell that, you know, that hay in the field, see the trees.
We would go on these awesome hog hunts, deer hunts, a lot of bird hunting. I remember I've duck hunted once, and that was the last time I've duck hunted. I was like, it's too cold and it's too early. He's a first generation American from London. It was a new experience for him too, because he didn't grow up hunting. I was just kind of like a sidekick, I suppose. And something with nature and just kind of like, just being out in the elements. Now I know to get quiet, I just go hike. I go hunt, go to the shooting range. I just really love stepping out of what I'm doing, all of this craziness.
Go on. When do we want to take him?
Done.
You want safety?
I am on safety. That was great. I'm exhilarated.
Good shooting.
Oh, it's nerves.
Like I said, you can move anywhere you want when you left the house.
Within 30 minutes of your house?
Within a 5-mile radius. Because eventually you're going to have kids and they need to be near me, my grandkids.
Yeah, we have a whole nother hunting season with children.
That's right. All right, let's clean these hogs.
My grandma was the one who taught me how to cook. My Mexican uncles, my grandma's brothers, all are like, I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I remember like it was yesterday, he came out and he goes, come here, mijo, taste this. You know you're a bro if you get like a tong piece of meat right off the grill. And I remember just being like, goosebumps. Like I'm getting goosebumps right now, thinking about that taste. Now that is some meat. Yeah, this is a hog. I do a lot of repurposing in life because I feel like there's so much that, you know, we take for granted. Dude, this chair, exactly this chair. I found this on the side of the road. This chair was dead. You might call it Frankenstein now. It's not really alive, but it's got life in it. I've painted so many hours in this chair. I actually got a piece of paint right there. I'm kidding, it's everywhere. People think it's dead, like a hog. Like, oh, it's just a hog, it's dead. No, I can bring life back to that in the form of a taco. Like some cocha cheese and the right slice of lime that's not one of those dry limes that you never get juice out of. I hate those. Just create community for your community. The idea that if everybody did this just to have fun with human beings, imagine what that would do around the world, especially now when it's all like left or right or this country or that country. Imagine if it was just people having a really good time around a dinner table, having some delicious food, gorge on some good tacos, and maybe a few drinks. My entire family is just about community. On the Greek side in London, feasts the entire time. Like the whole family gets together every weekend, every weekday. I've always wanted to include like literally everybody. That's the whole point of feeding people, is to have all walks of life come to the same table, breaking bread.
No, it's about helping as many people along the way as you can. You know, it really is.
I think so much of betting on yourself and figuring out how to just like make it happen was from our family dinner conversations. There's so many people who are creative and like have these amazing things to offer, but they're not allowed to because they were never told that they can bet on themselves. I'm starting to realize these things are my comfort zone. That's what makes me feel like I'm at home. I forgot bread. I just realized that.
Oh, really?
I totally
Breaking
forgot
bread.
bread. I meant to get a big, beautiful loaf of bread.